This is one stock I want to be watching very, very closely when the market opens tomorrow for trading. That is 12th Feb. Now, before I mention the name of the stock, I must mention I am not SEBI registered. So whatever I'm stating here is clearly for educational purposes. Whatever you glean from this stock, please take it with a pinch of salt because we can and we often go wrong. And should you wish to invest in it, please do your own research. The stock is Kaynes Technology India. Quite a strong IPO script, and let's get into why I like it. Company is very interesting. It does some very complicated stuff, and I don't pretend to have expertise in knowing what this does. So according to the homepage, it is a leading end-to-end and IoT solutions enabled integrated electronics manufacturing player, having capabilities across the entire spectrum of electronic system and design manufacturing. It has exposure to automotive, industrial, aerospace and defense, railways, outer space, and nuclear. So very, very interesting company. And IoT actually means Internet of Things. So interesting. But what's more interesting, what I gleaned from the stock chart and other fundamental attributes. So if you notice right here, we had this massive gap up that happened on the stock on May 17th, 2023. This was a 2 million volume gap up. This volume was higher by 1000% than usual. So clearly, this is when the stock moved out from its stage 1 and entered stage 2. If you're not familiar with stage 1s and stage 2s, you need to find out what the 4 stages of a stock are. When the stock has entered from stage 1 to stage 2, that is when the public starts to participate. And the stock goes from stage 1 to stage 2 based on institutional accumulation. Of course, this would have been quite a nice buy on May 18, 2023. After that, the stock inched higher. We have another gap up on August 25, 2023 with volume that is 370% higher. Of course, clearly this would have been another pocket pivot buy, which Dr. Jill Morales has popularized, and the stock moved up higher after that comfortably until it took resistance at roughly 3,000 rupees on October 9, 2023. So it hit a resistance of 29.65. Since then, it's hit the resistance of 3,000, roughly 3,000 rupees again on December 20, 2023, and it's gone up right back to 3,000, which is where it's trading quite comfortably now. The volume has dried up. I see a bit of a cup and handle forming here. Not only do we have a cup and handle, we have volatility that is contracting, because when the stock found resistance at 3,000, it came back to 2158. The next time it came back to 2275 on December 8, 2023. And now it came back to 2445 on Jan 4, 2024. So as it has a resistance at 3,000, it's also inching higher. So this could be a volatility contraction with a tight pivot. This could be a cup and handle, which are basically different names for the same thing. Or this could be a very simple ascending triangle. Call it whatever you want. The idea is that it's looking heavily bullish. Earnings per share strength is great at 99, because if you notice, quarterly sales are consistently rising, and so is the quarterly earnings per share. Price strength is 88, which is superb. It's outperforming 88% of listed Indian stocks. Buying demand is B+, that's healthy, because if you look at the number of funds, it's gone up from 47 in March 2023 to 167 in the December quarter. So from 47 to 169. So it went from 47 to 85 to 112 and 169. More and more funds are entering the stock, which is quite evident. And the number of shares these funds have actually has also risen by 37% to 2.03 crores. If you look at the ownership pattern, mutual funds have gone from 8.66% to 15.5%. That's quite sweet. Insurance companies have gone from 0.07% to 1.5%, and foreign portfolio investors have gone from 8% to 12.7%. And naturally, not surprising, individual investors have not increased their stake at all. Everything is looking very interesting. Actually, this is looking quite good to be true. But in any case, we're going to be vigilant. Should it break out convincingly Of course, I'd like to build a position. You may build your own position based on your independent analysis. But what happens if this stock gaps up? If it gaps up, I want to buy half my position at the gap up and then see how the stock closes. If it closes very nicely, I'll buy the rest half at that. And naturally, in the following days, I don't want the gap up intraday low to be revisited. If this intraday low is held, is not broken in the coming days, that gives the stock more strength. This is a stock I'm going to be watching very carefully. And of course, we're going to proceed risk first. Can the stock give us a loss? Can the breakout fail? Of course, stocks move against us all the time. And in that case, we're going to be superbly ready with our stop losses. One stop loss that I see, if you like to take things very tight, is I'm going to have a stop below this area of 2773, which is the low of this tight area that the stock is moving. Also, if you attach the lows of the rising prices, you have a little trend line forming, which has been respected quite a while. You may also wait for a definite close below this trend line, and that could be, again, a nice stop loss. So with this information, I think you might have gleaned a lot of information about this one stock, and naturally, I will be following it ardently. Keep trading, keep managing risk, keep educating yourself, and have a very healthy week ahead. Of course, you might want to subscribe to more such videos, and don't forget to leave some love down there. You want to subscribe, you want to like and comment, and also let me know your thoughts. Should you think Karan Gulati is an absolute imbecile and he doesn't know what he's talking about? Let me know. Be respectful about it. Should you have any other thoughts about this stock? Also let me know. Have a good time.